Good morning, students. The topic which we will do today is Company Rule Expand. We are doing chapter number 3 of history, and today we will do this topic, Company Rule Expands. If we analyze the process of annexation, annexation means a legal merger of a territory. So, if we analyze the process of annexation of Indian states by East India Company, it was started from 1757 to 1857. Means from 1757 to 1857, East India Company, they started the annexation of Indian states in their control. So the company rarely launched a direct military attack on an unknown territory. Here East India Company, they were very clever. They never attacked on any territory, any unknown territory directly. So instead, they use variety of political, economic and diplomatic methods to extend its influence before annexing an Indian kingdom. Before merging any Indian kingdom, they used a variety of political, economic and diplomatic methods. Now, if we talk about political methods which they were used, for example, if two territories are there in India, two Indian states are there, they both fight a battle, and whosoever lost the battle, the king of that area will be very powerless or distorted, you can say. So what they did, they annexed that particular area where the king lost the battle. This is how they use political method. Now in economic methods, they imposed so many taxes on a particular area so that they could not, that particular territory won't be able to pay that taxes, and then they merged that territory under their control. Now diplomatic method which were used by them is that they promised the rulers or the king of different Indian states that you need not to keep any armed forces, any soldiers. We will protect you. If any other king attack on you, we will help you. So you will not, you need not to have any kind of army. So this is how they use these three methods. Now, after the Battle of Buxar, which was fought in 1764, the company appointed residents in Indian states. Now, residents means the people, those who work for East India Company, and they provide all the informations to East India Company regarding Indian states. They are living in Indian states and they were working as a spy. They work as a spy. So they live in Indian states, and each and every information about the particular area they provided to East India Company, and East India Company, by using those informations, they started interfering in the internal affairs of Indian states. So whatsoever decision would be taken by the kings of particular Indian states, they started interfering in those decisions. So they tried to decide who was to be the successor to the throne. So sometimes they try to decide that who will become the next king of a particular kingdom, and who is going to be appointed as which post in administratives, who is going to get which post. And sometimes the company, they forced the states also into subsidiary alliance. This is very important. It is so important. Subsidiary, sometimes East India Company, they force the Indian states into subsidiary alliance. About this we will discuss in next lecture.